Thank you for tuning in to AHRR Network. Please enjoy. Sit back, relax, tune in, be entertained.
Welcome to DOS, the greatest show in the world. We are not late. We are right on time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I am SQUIZZY Taylor. This is my brother, DJ KTONE. We are back again. Episode, we don't know. But we're going to figure that out soon.
This is by episode 22, man.
22?
Something like that.
Let's just do that. 22. That's
Something
fine.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that number.
We have an amazing show today. We have some amazing, legendary guests today that we're going to bring to y'all that y'all definitely going to be excited about. We're going to have some great conversations. We're going to talk about a lot of dope stuff. We don't want to give it away. We ain't going to give it away. But we're going to start off with the music like we always do. Artists, please submit your music to digitalonlineshowcase@gmail.com. If you in the comments, please comment and give your feedback as well. It's not just about us. We want your opinion, so please stay engaged with us and give us your feedback. We appreciate it. Wow. Well, outside of that, we here. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm good. You know,
Blessed?
It's a good day. I'm blessed. I can't complain. We definitely appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. Don't forget, stay engaged. If you have some questions, you have some comments, you want to say anything about the music, just go ahead and put it in the chat.
Right.
And we're going to get right to you. And I think we should just kick it off, man.
Let's get it going. We ain't got to wait for nothing.
We're going to kick it off.
Up first, to set the tone. I like this artist to set the tone, too. I ain't mad that he's going first. The Hall of Fame DOS performer, artist, Av Grimm, featuring Hyphy the God.
Okay.
This record is called Joe Body. And like always, please comment with us and let us know what you think as well. Av Grimm featuring Hyphy the God. This record is called Your Body. Let's do it. Turn it up.
I think we should just kick it off.
Let's get it going. We ain't got to wait for nothing.
She's inviting, body in line. You can do how you wanna do it. You don't move how you wanna move it. Show me. She's inviting, body in line. You can do how you wanna do it. You don't move how you wanna move it. Show me how you wanna move it. You move, body smooth, dropping all you be. You choose how you wanna do that. Now show me what you wanna do next. Go flex, rock, flow, more, cruise, natural, curves, ooh. Tonight you in control, so I don't wanna move. You show me you can clap your hands, don't ever move. I'm here to take a chance, I don't feel none. Say the last dance for a real one. If not, what you here for? She turned around, broke her down, then I knew what the deal was. She's inviting, body in line. You can do it how you wanna do it. Don't move how you wanna move it. Show me, she's inviting, body in line. You can do it how you wanna do it. Don't move how you wanna move it. Show me, you show me what you want, baby. You for me, you know you like the way I do it. We move it to baby, the way I lose, way I do for you. Wine, baby, wine up when you show me for something. When you find, baby, I like it, so I do what you love all the time. Know it's on my mind, but I been on my mind. If you like, I can stay a while, baby, stay the night. See me when you up with me. When I'm cool, I think I need you up for me. When you rock, anything you watching me. So I'm sitting okay, and on my way I be. She's inviting, body and lightning. You can do how you wanna do it. You move how you wanna move it. Show me, she's inviting, body and lightning. You can do how you wanna do it. You move how you wanna move it. Show me.
Av Grimm featuring Hyphy the God. That record is called Your Move.
Yeah,
Your
move,
Move.
not your body. So
Tone?
that's an old one for man.
Oh, you heard that?
I think it was okay. Like, I just know it's old. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know. I just heard way better records from man.
Don't compare it to the other records. We gotta
Well,
stop doing that. I know it's hard.
Well, no, I mean,
It's very hard, especially
It's
when
very
you're in the
hard.
Hall of
When you
Fame.
know, yeah, when you know,
And you know it's just a whole, like,
But we gotta
that's
think
just a hell of
about
a
the
record,
records
eh?
as its individual
It's
piece
okay.
of work.
it's okay. But even when I did get that record, I really didn't play that much. It just
Yeah. I mean,
It was
I didn't really like it either. I just didn't want you to compare it to the other records, but I felt it was cool. It wasn't a bad song, but it's not a hit. And like I always say, I'm looking for the hits. Like, it's a cool filler. You can play that early in the club or something if you got a little group of girls there or something like that. They might do a little dance to it. But as far as it being a hit record, I wouldn't say it's that. He got better music than that. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. I just think it's cool.
mediocre.
Mediocre. Yeah.
I know you can come better than that for
Yeah.
sure.
He has came better than that. I think he's just throwing shit at us now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just throwing music at us, which is cool. I appreciate it, but that wasn't the one.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But to his defense, that wasn't a record for us. You know what I'm saying? We critiquing, we the ones right here that everybody's looking at, but that record is not for us to like or dislike.
I mean, it had that Caribbean feel, man, but that's
it's
just
for the ladies to like or
just,
dislike. You know what I mean?
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely heard better from Av.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
Alright. Shout out Av. Shout out Hyphy the God. That one was called Your Body. Let's keep it lit. Up next. I thought we moved this around. He sent me the old schedule.
We're going to do Flawless Money. We're going to do Flawless Money up next, featuring Disobey 303.
Yeah.
This one's called The Last.
Let's go.
On my hip to the right, still gotta watch my left. I done ran the game so long, had to stop and catch my breath. Still got a long way to go, and I can't skip no step. No, I don't take no deal, I just need cash, no check. You know it's real in the field, still gotta run my route. If it's up, then it's stuck. My young hitters lay shit down. A lot of people say they can't, but heavy is the head and the crown. Started from the bottom and the back, now I'm at the top looking down. I gotta move on my own. I've been sitting all alone, gotta get in my zone, trying to figure how to right my wrong. Mama told me be strong, after rain then come the sun. Some gon' fight, some run, most people stand for nothing. They just wanna watch my move, hit them with the MJ slide. I just wanna count my cash, got another bag on the line. You ain't in my zone, cause I'm way too fly. Say I'm way too paid, cause every day I grind. They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my steps. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't real as they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. The game ain't the same no more. Feeling like the last one left. They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my step. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. They ain't real as they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. The game ain't the same no more. Feeling like the last one left.
Nah, they don't make them like this no more. Everybody rap, but they just ain't dope. Yeah, you got drip, but your drip ain't cold. All the weed in the world, you don't want no smoke. Feeling like the last nigga with that flow. Wasn't feeling my ex like tic-tac-toe. We can 6'9", but I ain't no troll. I don't wanna hear you talk, I just wanna hear you moan. Granted, on my life like that. putting in work, and I came up on my own. I got it all out the dirt. The last one I done, high on the block with the herb. Back when I was only trying to make bread, nigga, I was not trying to learn. Hey, shit really had to be this way. Had to get right, cause my shit wasn't straight. Had to get my mind on a different page. Sorry, can't cake, gotta get that cake. A lot of y'all talk, but you really ain't down. You will not evolve if you don't move around. All up in your ear till you hear my sound. Feel like Harry, yeah, how we underground. Still making moves, name disobey, so you know I break rules. That don't mean shit, I'm still trying to improve. Cause I'm a young nigga with something to prove. Paying my dues, no, you don't have a clue. Trying to do what I do and collecting a check. Put that on red, wheel your head like Debo. Coming for what's on your neck.
They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my steps. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. Ain't real as they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left. They just wanna watch my moves, so I gotta watch my step. I don't wanna say too much, so I gotta hold my breath. Ain't real as they say no more. Feeling like the last one left. They can't make the same no more. Feeling like the last one left.
Flawless Money featuring Disobey 303. That one is called My Last. KTONE, what you think?
That one was cool. I mean, it was cool. I like how they was flowing on it. I think the beat could have hit a little harder. I definitely liked this song last week better. The song last week was way crazy. It sounded like a whole different type of production. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think they was flowing. I like the hook. I like Disobey, man. I really like Disobey 303. I like his voice.
I don't know what happened in the middle of his verse.
Yeah, I heard that too. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
Sound like an echo.
Yeah,
or something. I'm not sure what that was.
Something wrong with the mix, but I think the song was catchy. You know what I'm saying? It was a catchy song for sure, but it was still aight to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think the mix that he sent did not do him justice, and I could tell by the wavelengths on the song, like it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't hit like it needed to hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The beat didn't hit like. But when Flawless came on, I'm like, okay. He caught my attention. I was excited to hear how it was gonna drop, and then it just didn't. You know what I'm saying? It didn't drop how I thought it was gonna drop. So
definitely need a better mix.
Yeah.
Shout out to GBL, man.
Or just a master. You know what I'm saying?
If you need a good mix or whatever, man, holla at GBL, man. GBL Studio.
Shout out our sponsors while we're here.
Definitely.
Shout out GBL Studios. Shout out to the Gold Boys. You see the fit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Gold Boys and all the clothes that you need, all the fine accessories that you need. Please rock with the Go Boys. Shout out to our network for making all of this possible and giving us a platform to even do this. You dig?
Definitely.
So what we doing?
Flawless, man. You know, I want to hear some more for sure because I liked that one last week.
Yeah. Up next, we got a video submission.
Okay.
Video submission. Park Hill's finest. We got PH Wax. This one is called My World. PH Wax, My World. We're going to watch the video to this song right now. And let me know what you think about it. Let's do it. Hey, if you're in the comments too, please give your feedback. Let us know what you think about these records as well. Yiddy. Let's do it.
I'ma give you my world, just be part of my life. Baby, don't be scared. I'm not talking one night. Come around, no way. Taste this bread with me. Yeah.
Vision.
Yeah. My mind on other shit, flipping bricks and stacking cash. But in the meanwhile, I grip them hips and smack that ass. I told you from the start I wasn't capable of fucking up. Less words mean such, I gotta keep that 40 clutch. These niggas wanna do me, huh? Feds wanna make a movie, candlelits and oil rubs. The shit to us is more than love. I feel like I'm on super drugs, looking for a super plug. Icing up my double cup, I'm about to make a walking slush. This grind and give me body rush. Gotta keep the Rollos tucked, never ever thought of us. PH till my body dust, my babes just like Tommy, sticking right beside me. I don't fear a body, a legend like Jotty, shooting up the Maserati, and I'm speeding to the set though. These buses pose no threat though, they only rapping fables, praying for a label too. Save them like some hoes, I'm off paper, so now it's time to get it on the road. Let's go. I'ma give you my world, just be part of my life. Baby, don't be scared. I'm not talking one night. Come around, no way. Chase this bread with me. Yeah. I'ma be part of my life. Baby, don't be scared. I'm not talking one night. Come run away. Chase this bread with me. Yeah. Damn, baby, you drive me brazen. I be hooked up on that thing like fiends in the 80s. Yeah, dope boys persuade me. I've been cooking lately. I'm master of my destiny. Paper stacks, aka Young KFC. Don't play with me. I got a tribe to feed. I'm only getting what I can see. These niggas speaking lies on me. Devil wanna ride with me. Only you got fireweed. I'm sipping on that poppy seed. Niggas don't rock with me. Long nights in misery. Dodging penitentiary. Overdose on anything. Touching cash the remedy. Cross to Yosemite. Local polo chicken wings. Red Coach, Riviera. Monster in the fucking mirror. Might even scare myself. Tooting on my own horn. Gather for the rainstorm. Might hit them with napalm. On the app with Akon. Adapting to a situation just to get my paper. I'ma give you my world. Just be part of my life. Baby, don't be scared. I'm not talking one night. Come run away. Chase this bread with me. Yeah. I'ma give you my world. Just be part of my life. Baby, don't be scared. I'm not talking one night. Come run away. Chase this bread with me. Yeah.
Was PH Wax. What was that one called?
I'm sorry.
PH Wax, My World.
My World, PH Wax. Sorry for the confusion. We did think that was a video.
Yeah,
but
definitely did.
it is what it is. They just sent the YouTube link, I guess. But shout out PH Wax. It was cool. I feel like he's finding his pocket of that vibe, quality street music type of, you know what I'm saying, pocket.
Yeah.
To where he's not searching for no hit record no more. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, this is for the people that listen to me type. You know what I'm saying? Type vibe. It's like a vibe. It's a certain vibe that he's finding in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't really think he needs a hit record. He don't make that. He make.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just street.
So music. I gotta look at that record different, cause it's not that.
I think he could probably find one too if he, you know, with the right collab and the right production. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
He got his own style, man. His own voice, a distinctive voice. I think that one was okay.
Yeah, I just think his music. I like the music he's been sending. The music he's been putting out has just been more laid back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm looking at the song differently than, you know what I'm saying? Because okay, I'm starting to realize, okay, this is his sound. This is the lane he wants to go to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is who he's talking to. So I wouldn't say that's the best one. I think that 2020 is the best record he sent in.
Yeah, I like that 2020.
Yeah. This was cool though. It was cool. I say every song been like, it's alright. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I think that's just what we have right now.
Definitely.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
PH Wax, My World.
Yeah.
My World. I think we need a couple more airs though, man.
I think we do, man. We need to get the energy up. All the music been down too. We need the energy up. Let's bring some people out to help us. Yeah. Bring the, you know what I'm saying, the light out. You know what I mean?
Our first guest, you know, community activist, does a lot in the community, does hella work. Mm-hmm. Give it up for my brother, Dr. Ryan Ross.
Dr. Ross, let's go.
What's up?
Yes, indeed. What's up, brother? Good to see you. And you're new. You did. Shout out to the Noops across the world. You know the vibes. Up next, our second guest, the legendary, the logo, Colorado's logo, the man of the mother hour.
Give it up,
guy,
give it up.
The legend himself, Mr. Trev Rich.
What up? Hey.
You dig?
You good?
Yeah, you good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
what we doing, man? What's the word?
Appreciate y'all brothers coming, first of all.
Yeah.
What we on, man?
Y'all too busy people. We appreciate y'all finding some time to come hang out with y'all, because y'all two of the busiest people that we know. So we appreciate having y'all, you know, giving us a couple of hours of your time.
We appreciate the invite. Exactly.
No doubt.
You know, we always gonna pull up.
I mean, we got a lot of topics tonight, man. Honestly, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But first, you know, we want to finish the songs, man. We want couple ears, man. We need a couple more ears on some of these songs. See what y'all think about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
We want y'all's honest opinions.
Yeah, honest, man. Honest opinion.
Honest feedback. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
Honesty is the best policy.
All right.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, we're going to get to y'all in a minute. But let's keep the ball rolling on the music. Up next, this is crazy that this is happening right now. We got BH2 Dots featuring Trev Rich. This is brand new single. This is called These Hoes.
These Hoes.
I
These Hoes.
thought it was called Ain't Mine.
He sent it as These Hoes.
These Hoes Ain't Mine. That's what this called.
So, before he played that, he did put this song out and it's called Ain't Mine, but this is what we talk about when we talk about labeling your records when you send them out.
Definitely.
So when you send these records out to all these people, it's called These Hoes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's confusion right there, and it's very important that you put the right information on the records you're sending out.
Definitely.
But let's get it.
Let's get into it.
Hey, yo, what's up? Is this a nigga 2 Dots? Yeah, who this? Hey, look, nigga, I called you because you on my bitch's phone. If you don't take your ass somewhere with that corny ass bullshit, man. Look, if your bitch is in my phone, she most likely don't belong to you. And she damn sure don't belong to me. So you need to get rid of her. Look, if a nigga hit me up about a bitch, he a bitch. Instead of tripping how she moving, go and get you some chips. Never catching me concerned about a hoe I done hit. She belong to the streets, I'ma kill it and dip. Had a bad little freak, she would buy me all the sneakers. She be all up on the nigga every time I would leave her. If she had Oprah money, I would marry her and keep her. Well, she don't, and she only give me brain like a teacher. Yeah. These hoes, they ain't mine. 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 Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine. Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine.
Had a bottom bitch, dropped a bitch, I can't take her back, man. She knew I was a boss and you know opposites attract. Just don't tell me it's my pussy, it's my turn, bitch. You just living now, you gotta live and learn, bitch. You made your bed, now lay in it, ain't got no juggy, stay in it. Already left my name in it, and then you let a lame in it. Gemini got 2 sides, she let me run a train in it. And if my neck bitch fuck this up, then she gon' do the same in it. Cause I know these hoes, they ain't mine. 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 Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine. Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine.
Hey, look, homie, I wasn't really trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do. These hoes, bitches mean the world to me, man. I just want my bitch back. You can understand that, right?
These hoes, they ain't mine. 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 Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine. Never be a sucker, bust a hoe, trust a ass nigga. These hoes, they ain't mine.
BH2 Dots featuring Trev Rich. That one is called Ain't Mine or These Hoes.
Either one.
Either one. What you think, KTONE?
Bro, I done played it already a couple times, man. That thing is a slap.
I know you like that beat.
I mean, from the beat to the words,
yeah.
I didn't hear a lie.
Yeah, that is true.
I didn't hear a lie.
That is true. What is that sample? Because you know what I know that beat from? When they was on the wood, and that nigga was like, bro, if I get some hard ass beats like this, that's the only reason. I don't know who beat that is, but that's on the wood, right? That's the beat from the wood.
What beat is that, Trey? That's don't. That's all West Coast.
It's some music.
Maybe like
don't.
DLC
like
or something.
too short or something.
It might be too short. But I gotta think about it. BH, what sample is that, BH?
I don't know. I know it's from the wood though.
But
when he was riding.
I definitely think that's something that can go in the club right now. I believe every word.
Yeah.
They just ain't. They're just not.
They just
No,
not.
At the end of the day,
I mean, it's absolutely a fact. You know what I'm saying? Now we do not own them. These hoes that we're speaking of. I think the song is very catchy. Even if you're a girl, I think you can relate, and these niggas ain't yours either. You feel what I'm saying? So I think both ways, it could be very relatable. It's super catchy. BH did a very good job with the hook. He made it super catchy where you can sing along. By the time the hook came back on, you gonna know the words to the hook. You feel what I'm saying? So I give him that. And in 2020, a catchy hook and a dope beat, you go. You feel what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? So Trev did I too.
Dr. Ross, what you think?
Thought it was good, man. It was nostalgic, man. It brought back that West Coast feel for me.
Yeah.
Definitely something that I can see myself riding down the street to.
Definitely.
To your point, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? There's no ownership there, and definitely don't call me about something like that.
Absolutely.
You might have to handle that yourself, figure that out, what you got going on. So, it's definitely a slapper, so.
Yeah. Trev, can we get your biased opinion?
I'm biased as hell, man. You already knew. I'm biased. That's Lil Bro, but I feel like Lil Bro has like one of the best ears when it comes to picking his production.
Mm-hmm.
Like he picks shit that his voice is gonna slide on. You know what I'm saying? Like I rarely hear something that BH picks and I'm like, nah, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely got some dope production.
Yeah,
on a lot
his
of
production is like his ear for production is bar none. You know what I'm saying? So when he sent it to me, I'm like, nigga, this is an alley-oop. I didn't have to do shit on it. You know what I'm saying? So
just go with
I'm biased with it. Like that shit sliding, that shit slapping. We promoting it right now as we speak.
So that did just drop. That record did just drop. It is available everywhere under Ain't Mine.
Ain't Mine.
Ain't Mine. BH Two Dots featuring Trev Rich. That record is called Ain't Mine. Support BH. Shout out to BH. You winning right now for the night. That's the best record of the night so far. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear what else you got, my nigga. Keep sending it in. Keep doing what you're doing. We proud of you.
Definitely.
Keep it lit.
Keep it lit.
Keep it mother. Up next, Dre Lanes featuring Charlie Baltimore. Is this the Ja Rule Charlie Baltimore?
Charlie Baltimore, man.
With the red hair?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I used to love her. Okay, Dre Lanes featuring Charlie Baltimore. This record is called Casanova. Casanova. Dre Lanes, Charlie Baltimore, Casanova. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Keep it on the flip side. I'm tired of being a good guy. I wanna do some bad things, but a bad thing is not a bad thing. She shake it, she keep it 100 and bring me my cake. No room for mistakes, she admires the way that I'm making it quick. Bringing it back to me, giving it back to you. Giving it back to me, might as well bring a friend or two. The more the merrier. Swim in your ocean, breaking your barrier. Feeling myself, feeling myself. Call me a prince, say I'm a pimp, Don Juan. Feeling myself, feeling myself. Call me a prince, say I'm a pimp, Don Juan. All I wanna do, get my hands on you, touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh. All I wanna do, get my hands on you, touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh. All in your body, checking your temperature, love it when you're naughty, that's when I deal with you. No need to get serious, all the time to get curious. Fuck me hard like you're furious, like my women ridiculous. I like them ridiculous, licking them down like licorice, digging you down so serious, cause that's how I like it, girl. If that's how you like it, girl, go ahead and just bite it, girl. Whatever excites you, girl, screaming and scratching and make the toes curl. Feeling myself, she feeling myself, she call me a prince, say I'm a pimp. Touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh. All I wanna do, get my hands on you. Touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh.
Dive off the deep and maybe over the weekend. We can't float to the top, no pretense. In my defense, no, I'm allowed to handle online, offline, involved in the scandal. But you can get a handle on it, She can't light a candle, baby, change the channel. Be famous, hot dope in the panel. Supplement the income, you know it make me come. Got your +1. The two of us blog over doing it, but we just be doing us. You can trust I'm riding with casting over the Sarah fashion over your pet days is old.
All I wanna do, get my hands on you. Touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh. All I wanna do, get my hands on you. Touch you in those places that makes you say, ooh.
Yeah.
That's how it ended?
My bad, I stopped it like 2 seconds ago.
Dre Lanez featuring Charlie Baltimore. That record is called Casanova. KTONE, what you think?
Feeling myself. Feeling myself. I mean, that's what stuck out to me. Like, I would really probably just sing that all day, that little part right there. But I think it was cool. I definitely think it was better than, you know, a couple songs that we got from him. I ain't heard Charlie Baltimore in a long time, man. I mean, she sound cool. She sound like.
You think she's never mind. What? I was about to. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic.
Yeah.
Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic.
That's another one. That's another one I could probably just like. I just want to see. Let me see the video because that sounds like a video song, like something I would just see on videos when the video just come on.
I ain't gonna cap you. I ain't like that one. I ain't gonna cap you. It just wasn't my, like I be like, when we get Dre, I be thinking like, okay, he's making music for an audience that's older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's mature music. But that one, I couldn't see it from that point of view. Like, even if I couldn't see somebody older than me, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody more mature liking that record, I ain't like that one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like that one. Because usually his shit is very well written.
Right.
And that I don't think that was well written. I think it was too easily written. Like the lines was too predictable. You know what I'm saying?
Seuss-ish.
Yeah, it was too easy for me. I ain't gonna cap that one out. That wasn't I ain't like it. I ain't like
That's fair.
Charlie Baltimore. I know she probably looked good, but I wasn't.
Okay. Trev,
That's just me. What
you think, Trev?
I feel like it could be like, I don't think it's a bad record, but I don't feel like it's like to its max potential of what type of record it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like the catchy part, the Feeling Myself, the Casanova, all of that shit, but it didn't kind of like click for me. It didn't tie in all together. And then I feel like it took forever for the Charlie Baltimore feature to even come in on the song.
That did take long.
So it's like with a different structure of the record, I feel like the record could do something. You know what I'm saying? But how it's structured right now, I kind of feel what you're saying. Like with a different structure and kind of like tightening up on the hook and saying like some more clever shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With that melody though, because that melody.
No, the melody.
That's what
I fought with the
out.
melody.
You know
Yeah, the melody was cool. It was just like, come on, you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Like I heard that. You know what I mean? But I feel the melody. And Dre got a pen.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? So it just felt like he, rushed it. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But
like, dumbed it down, kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Dr. Ross, what you think?
I like the melody. I thought the beat could have been a little harder for me, so that way I can ride to it and groove to the R&B kind of feel. I think with a melody like that, and I think the audience that it's intended for could have. I think to y'all point could have, the words could have hit me a little bit more. It made me feel it a little bit. So I don't know that it would make my rotation.
Was it that good mature music? Since you're a mature gentleman.
Well, like I said, I think the melody was, but I think he was missing like the story. Like I felt like that melody should have had a story about whoever he was talking to.
Yeah, like how you a player. Like that's some player shit. You gotta tell me how much you play
myself. Tell me how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely. I agree.
That's what I think. Shout out Jay Lanes. Shout out Charlie Baltimore. I hope she still looks just as good. Shout out to her wherever she is at in the world. Charlie Baltimore used to be cold, bro, with the red hair. Oh my God, I think I was in middle school when she dropped. Oh my God.
Charlie was bad.
I'm sure she's still.
Yeah, she still got something going on.
Still easy on the eye, I'm very sure.
Absolutely. Okay, up next, we have another video. We got 2 more songs, then we're going to get to some talk. We have another video by my brother, my good brother, Trace Chapman. This video is called White Ice. This video is dope as fuck. I have the pleasure of seeing this already. Yeah. This video is very dope. Shout out Trace Chapman.
Hella dope.
This shit is called White Ice. We're going to run it right now. Please give your feedback. Y'all ain't giving me enough feedback. Tell me what you think about these records. We're going to play that video right now. Let's get to it. Trace Chapman, White Ice.
Pay attention.
My baby will be here in a minute. Lay more money on me than you niggas ever seen.
Oh, you hear this nigga? Nigga said he gonna bring in more money than we ever seen.
Shit, the bitch gonna bring in so much money, I'm gonna need a goddamn Brinks truck to bring it in.
Damn, I wish he'd teach you how to throw a 7. I'm gonna come out off the gate. Off the gate. That's the type of shit I do. I have to lose all the brain cells in my head before I forgot something as fine as you.
Does everybody need an audition to get with you?
You ain't gotta do all that shit.
Then I choose you.
Be cool, baby.
Time! Bitch! Bring your motherfucking ass here!
Miss Pretty Tony. I mean, you know the rules to the game. Your bitch just chose me. Now we can settle this like we got some class, or we can get into some gangster shit.
Shade tree, nigga. You ain't no pimp. You a motherfucking car thief. Probably got one hot as a firecracker right now.
$35,000, right?
$35,000
No,
cash.
$35,000 times 7, right?
Right.
No, you gave me 7, right?
Right.
So $35,000 times 7, motherfucker, can you buy that?
Different colors like his xylophone. Caught the bitches, we don't try them on. Been 100, bitch, I'm player made. I'm staying icy in this firestorm. Whoa. Purple suede where you put your feet. Living lavish if you ride with me. All she know is city lights and fire weed. I can give you glimpses if you try and see. For niggas thinking I ain't have it, I'm always with the flame like an addict. Triple yellow trim on the feature seat, it mattered out the wagon. 2 p.m. in Calabasas, real niggas made it happen. Bitches on the kid like I was held to bars. Aston Martin aspirations, you ain't living large. You ain't thinking big enough, ain't got the vision for it. I'm with a pretty little broad, resemble Rita Ora, we them boys. Different colors like his xylophone. Caught the bitches, we don't try them on. Been 100, bitch, I'm player made. I'm staying icy in this firestorm. Whoa. Purple suede where you put your feet. Living lavish if you ride with me. All she know is city lights and fire weed. I can give you glimpses if you try and see. Vito Corleone, Duce in my cup. You just put Chino for this moment, you could be my son. Godfather vibes while I wrote these lines. I was on the beach in Mississippi getting stupid high. Lavish nigga, you ain't never seen the granite floors. Going harder doing numbers, we just beat the storm. Stupid icy George Gervin in the firestorm. Living out your dreams, pinky rings on the iron board.
Different colors like his xylophone. Caught them bitches, we don't try them on. Been 100, bitch, I'm player made. I'm staying icy in this firestorm. Whoa. Purple suede where you put your feet. Living lavish if you ride with me. All she know is city lights and fire weed. I can give you glimpses if you try and see.
Different colors like his xylophone. I got the bitches, we don't try more. You 100, bitch, I'm player made. I'm staying icy in this firestorm. Whoa. The purple suede where you put your feet. Living lavish if you ride with me. All she know is city lights out our weed. I can give you glimpses if you try and see.
We back. That is Trace Chapman. That video, that song and video is called White Ice. That's a hell of a video right there.
White Ice.
I'm very proud of him. He put some money in that clearly and made a piece of art. I'm proud of Trace Chapman for that. That's White Ice. KTONE, what you think?
Man, I think it was flawless, man. I think I like the video. I really like the concept of the video, man. You know, the throwback to the 70s. I mean, of course it was done before, but like to do that right now in this age with the type of music that's going on right now, and just to kind of really pay homage to that, I think that was dope. I think it followed up with the song, the beat. I mean, just it's nothing that you would really even just kind of really expect right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it was crazy.
I wish he would have did another skit at the end or something. Yeah. Like go back to that slick talk.
You was looking for more?
You know what I'm saying? I was looking for more, like the story. You know what I'm saying? Or more like one more scene of what's going on or something. You know what I'm saying? If it's not another skit, another scene while he rapping other video. That's the only thing I wish he would have did. But I think the song is dope. Trace Chapman is like a very underrated, as far as Denver, but he has a very underrated pen to me. But I feel he makes that vibe music as well. Like I always think of him in that category. I don't like comparing niggas, but like that currency, that, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting high, I'm vibing, I'm riding around the city. It's 2 a.m. I got Trace Chapman on. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like he embodies that lane 100%. And his visuals are always dope. I don't think he get the credit for that either. Like,
he don't, because
his visuals
bars was crazy.
Yeah, his visuals is always dope. His art is always dope. His packaging is always dope. So, you know, shout out to him. I just want to send him some flowers real quick. But I think that song was very dope. I'm interested to think what y'all think. Trev, what you think?
This is another like biased opinion. Trace like my brother. I talk to Trace more than I talk to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Especially about like not even just about music. But when Trace like puts music out, like Trace puts his all into his craft. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
When I see like how artsy Trace is, like it's not new. I feel like he just got the budget, you know what I'm saying, to go crazy. Now, Trace has always had these ideas to do videos like this.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And his music has always matched his art, which is why I like love how Trace like packages, you know what I'm saying, his shit. As far as this song and this video, this is like one of my favorites besides. There's one part that annoys the shit out of me in this video. Is when he's shooting craps and he keeps saying, off the gate. As much as we done shot craps, I've never heard a nigga say off the gate, and he knows that. I've texted him this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, besides that though, I'm like, bro, this shit is crazy. This is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But every time that part comes on, I'm like, I can't believe he said that shit. But yeah, I love that song in that video.
No doubt. Dr. Ross, what you think, brother?
Man, so I just got introduced to him tonight. So
That's
it's
nice.
my first time hearing him, and he can rap, man.
Facts.
He can flat out rap, and man, that's refreshing.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
because that's kind of missing, I think, in music. So I thought the video, I thought it was cool. I love seeing the Dotson in the video, like that was dope.
For sure.
So yeah, but my biggest thing is, man, he can rap.
Facts.
So
he can really rap.
One more thing, like about artists like Trace. This goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like every time I hear Trace, it feels like I know Trace a little bit more. So like I like that Trace isn't just like, I'm trying to make a hit, I'm trying to make a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like you really get to see who he is through his art form.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of artists, you really never get to know who they are because they're trying to make a hit, trying to make a hit, trying to make a hit. You know what I'm saying? Rather than trying to put themselves into a good song.
I agree with that because, like, I'm gonna go look him up. Like, yeah.
For sure.
I agree
dope.
with that for sure.
That's very dope. That's what we're here for, though. That's what we're here for, and I appreciate you saying that. We're gonna touch back on what Trev said about artists opening up and letting them get to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Get to know you. I'm saying. But before we do that, our last song of the night, we are gonna feature a brand new record from Trev Rich.
Oh, we doing that now?
We doing that right now. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation. But we're gonna introduce to y'all a brand new record. Can you introduce your own record?
Nah, go ahead, man. Give me the love everybody else got, man.
Right now, that nigga made me nervous. You know, before the artists come out, when you DJing, I hate that's the worst time of the show. Before the artists come out, you just up there like, all right, y'all, I'm about to bring you Trev. That shit be corny.
Who ready for Trev?
Who ready to see the homie? That's the scariest moment of a show that y'all would never know about.
Hey,
I hate that part.
The funniest shit is me
And
working with this nigga for so long.
Bro.
I know how nervous he is
This nigga take
by how he'll start talking to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? If it's like a smaller show, he's like, y'all ready to see Trev Rich? But if it's a big show, he needs crowd participation. It be cracking. But I say Trev.
Bro, I hate that part. But that, we not talking about that. Let's go. Right now, brand new video. This is Trev Rich.
This is a song, it's not a video.
Brand new song. Look, see? Brand new song. This is Trev Rich off his upcoming EP that has not been named yet, or we're not going to talk about. But it's his brand new single. This one is called Drained. You've never heard this before. We're going to check it out right now real quick. Let's do it.
When niggas really eat another nigga meal shouldn't excite you out. Oh? And any other way than to motivate you to go get another meal, you hoe ass nigga. Niggas gotta worry about life, family, money, bitches, police, the system. Ain't no room for no hoe ass nigga. Yeah, I say I pray about it, stay about it, nigga. You need. They turning the world into a cemetery. Every day it's RIPs. That's from our teens to our queens. The matriarchs, patriarchs trying to crack the scheme. This shit like a bad dream where everything is what it seems. I'm going through a bunch of shit. I'm trying to learn a lesson from. Conflicts with religion made me question who my blessings from. Never met my mom's pop, then he died from alcohol. That's the shit that made me put that bottle down. After all, it been my downfall. I gotta stand up in it. The whole world going crazy, so I be blamed up in it. 7 people, 1 apartment, we was crammed up in it. Ain't no friends in this shit. Gotta keep your fam uplifted. I see my destiny shifting solely off a commitment. You can only live with regrets. If you regret that you living, I traded nickels and pennies for blue hundreds with interest. Sometimes it's hard to get to it. When that depression be hitting, I pray you get out that bed. When your anxiety lifting, be comfortable in your truth. Even when society isn't, cause they gon' put on an act. But we all knowing it's scripted. I see some niggas ducking fades and try to hide behind clippers. Seen some niggas who hate them try to hide behind scripture. Some of these bitches be loyal, a lot of these hoes be flippers. Had some give me their number while they was out with they nigga. I see our ancestors' messages, but my replies won't deliver. Before I settle for big, I'ma go manifest bigger. And it ain't fair to my bitch, but she know my intentions. Thinking I be texting other bitches when I just be writing lyrics. We both ain't where we wanna be, but she good for my spirit. Losing people left and right. So you stay in that middle, nigga. I remember we was little niggas skirting up on bikes. Some niggas had that issue with us, but if they ever pressed it, it was up, so we could fight. And now a bunch of cops killing niggas, using niggas killing niggas, trying to make that shit alright. But I never heard of niggas killing niggas just cause they was niggas. That's the biggest difference in this fight. See, I got crib homies, I got blood homies who got love for me. Got plug homies who got drugs for me. Couple hoes on me, pay stubs for me. Ask me about my mental, how I'm doing. Before you telling me how you want some, need some. They ain't lying about no threats. My kids need me, I bleed some. Niggas with me stitch lip, they ain't never seen nothing. Ain't no conversation for no whack ass crackers. I'm done explaining why my black ass matters. You did some shit I can't make up. Now every day I wake up, I see somebody baby boy sentenced, either to a prison or a victim. Either way, we in a system that don't really give a fuck about niggas. Baby, I'm drained. I've seen too much pain, I won't never be the same. Baby, I'm drained. We dying over change and we hoping that it change. But baby, I'm drained. I'm drained. I'm drained. Baby, I'm drained. I'm drained. I'm drained.
Trev Rich, brand new single. That record is called Drained. We're not even gonna continue because you're right here. But I want to give you your flowers.
Yeah, go ahead, critique.
I just want to give you your flowers and say that that's grown up music. I feel like that song is therapy for yourself and others, and you just spoke on your feelings. You know what I'm saying? You just like went in the booth and was like, okay, let me talk about some shit. Let me get this off my chest. Let me vent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And talk about the shit that's going on in the world. And I fuck with it. You did it on the catchy beat. But you know, my opinion is biased.
I mean, I think we all a little biased, but I mean, you know, it's hard to just really deny a great record. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And you know what you were saying, and you sound drained. You sound like you just fed up. It sounds like a fed up record. Like, man, I'm fed up. I'm gonna just say what I gotta say. What I need to say, what people need to hear. But you know, man, you put words together so eloquently, man. I don't really. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to not and appreciate.
What was you? I mean, tell us about that record. Give us something. Like, what's the what is that record for? You know what I'm saying? What was you thinking? Where you at with it?
Like a lot of stuff that I've been recording, especially like for myself. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't had no plans of releasing. A lot of the stuff I've been recording just has been kind of like therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? For like me to grow, I got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Like bottling up a lot of different feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? And just carrying that shit as much as I'm traveling, as much as I'm working and working for other people and with other people. Like I can't just like bottle all of that emotion and those feelings up. I got to let it out somehow. And this is like the best way I know how to do it. That's why when I did that, I wasn't trying to make a record. You know what I'm saying? Like it got one hook on it, one verse. It's a long ass verse. I didn't split the verse, trying to make it a song, trying to put 3 hooks in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, that's how it came out. And that's how I left it. You know, and it's like, I feel like a lot of my newer music is kind of, there's no format for it. It's just kind of how I'm feeling. And you know what I'm saying? The song format is going to match how I'm feeling. If I feel strongly about something I want to say and I want to say it 3-4 times, you're going to hear a hook 3-4 times. And this is something where like I'm drained. You know what I'm saying? At the end of that record, I got everything out and I'm drained. You're going to hear that shit one time. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hear it again, play the song again. But it's like I'm going with no format now, especially like me being in all of these different songwriting rooms. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of just like that feeling and that emotion. I got to get it out on my own, on this end, so I could work properly on that end.
So you talk about the songwriting rooms, man. Tell us a little bit about that, because I don't really think people really understand the caliber of artist you are, man, and kind of where you're at right now. I think they just, oh, Trev Rich, he a rapper, but you're really more than a rapper, man. Tell us about the songwriting. What do you really know about?
The songwriting rooms is like probably my favorite aspect of music right now, just because it don't matter like who you are, it don't matter what you're doing, it don't matter where you came from, it don't matter what you got on, it don't matter how much money you got, like whose pen is that shit. You know what I'm saying? And like for years, like I've tried to like focus, like this is my pen, this is my pen, this is my pen. And you know, now I'm in kind of situations as to where I'm in rooms with other songwriters. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you like see who the real gorillas is. Because some people gonna fold. Some people gonna get up and walk out and be like, "Man, this ain't really like my cup of tea."
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I've been a part of that. You know what I'm saying? There's been songwriting camps where motherfuckers be like, I wonder what they doing in the next room. You know what I'm saying? Like they got shit popping over here. I don't really want to jump in the mix over here. But then you get into these situations as to where like, you know, like G-Eazy, like that's becoming like somebody who I could, you know what I'm saying, look at as like somebody who's like a friend, you know what I'm saying, more than music. So it's like when we get in these situations where, you know what I'm saying, we coming up with like different ideas and shit for songs. When I first got in the room, I had to realize like, yo, they put you in the room for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and when it comes to it, like, nah, G, like, let's do that verse over again. Like, now I'm getting that confidence and that power to speak up in these rooms to be like, yo, it ain't supposed to sound like they're supposed to sound like, you know what I'm saying? And like, just them giving me the green light with that, you know, having sessions with Danny Lay as to where we like giving her shit that's way left field of what, you know what I'm saying, what people expect from her. It's just being with these artists and you just realize like at the end of the day, as much as people look at them as celebrities, they just regular people, bro. And they just want good music. You know what I'm saying? That's why like when it's come to like me starting to come back home and create my own music, it's like, bro, I just want to make good music. Like they don't care about making hits. These are people with millions of dollars. They're like, I want to make something that touches these people. I want to make something where somebody hears my verse and at the end they're like, oh shit, let's run that back. You know what I'm saying? Like that them hits and all of that, that's for labels to create. A label can create a hit out of any record you give them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm kind of like taking what I'm learning from those rooms and kind of putting it back and bringing it back to my own music You know, because I wasn't planning on dropping more music under my own name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know when I was gonna start making new music for myself, but it was just getting all of that stuff out, and I got like a small EP coming. I don't know when, but you know, I'm just gonna let it flow.
Do you find it easier to write for yourself or for others now?
To me, I have more fun writing for others because you get to create for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that I can create for Danny Lay that I can't put out. There's things that we can write for a Beyonce that I can't put out under a Trev name. You know what I'm saying? There's like things that I could write for G that, you know, I can't put it out under me, but like G sounds crazy on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different artists, you know, and it's a bunch of artists who's like working with other people. And I don't want people to think songwriting and be like, yo, Trev just go in the studio and he write everything and rap everything, and then it's like we really working on these songs together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I get to see your vision and what you want to do with your vision, it's why I'm here to let's try to wrap this around full circle and come up with a hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and it's like more fun like working with big producers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the biggest producers. Like, yo, we got to send you a pack. Let's see what you can do with this. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes a challenge. When it comes to making music for myself, that's easy. Like, I'm me every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. I get to live my life every day and just come and make my own shit.
So before we get off songwriting, my question is, now that you are Grammy nominated, and congratulations on that, you know what I'm saying? You get your flowers for that. That's big as hell. Grammy nominated, what is the next like big goal for you as far as it goes, as far as songwriting goes? Like, okay, I'm doing that next. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I gotta come up with a new goal because I just passed my other one. Like, with the Grammy nominated one, that was first, and then I wanted to have a song that, you know what I'm saying, I was a part of that could hit, you know, a certain number of streams, which was I said 50 million, you know what I'm saying? But the Still Be Friends with Tory, G, and Tyga, that just hit like 120 million streams, you know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like the next goal is, you know, getting them gold plaques, getting them platinum plaques, and, you know what I'm saying, really being able to work on different genres of music, because that's kind of where we headed now. Like, with the rap shit, I can walk in and damn near any room and get busy with the, you know what I'm saying, rap pen and the R&B pen. That's where I'm really, really going crazy at, you know what I'm saying, right now. So with the R&B and the more like the pop and the alternative rock and all of that stuff, that's kind of like what's challenging me the most right now, you know? So it's like getting in those rooms that's my goal. My next goal is songwriting. But them plaques and them platinum plaques and them gold plaques and, you know what I'm saying, like just having my credit on big albums, like that's what I want. You know, platinum albums under, you know, with me having something to do with those.
Yeah. So I got a question. You got something? I'm gonna cut you off. So I got a question for both of y'all, because both of y'all have lived and worked and been successful outside of Colorado. So my question, I'll start with Dr. Ross, is, do you think, and how important is it to branch outside of Colorado and what's the word? Like, spread your wings, like, you know what I'm saying? Find yourself and make it happen outside of the state. Am I saying that right? Yeah. That's my question.
It's the leap of faith.
Yeah, that leap of faith to step outside of
the state.
Yeah. No, taking that risk is really important, and I think it's something that you have to do, especially when. I think for two reasons, right? So two things happen locally, right? No matter what it is you do.
Yeah.
The first thing is everybody knows you, right? And so sometimes it's hard to be taken seriously because you're the homie, right? Like, I know you rap, but whatever. Or I know you speak, or whatever the case may be. And then the second thing is when you get a following, you have that support. Everybody thinks you're great, right? And then you start believing that, and leaving and spreading your wings, I think, is important, because then you really go get to find out if you really got the juice, right? If you're really as good as they, you know, as everybody has told you are, that you believe. So when you go somewhere else foreign and you got to start all over, you got to build that brand, and you can do that. Then you can say, you know, I really represent Denver. I really represent my turf. I'm really as good as I think I am, right? And now I can start creating and thinking about and manifesting bigger goals, because I know for sure that this isn't, you know, a hoax, or this isn't just, you know, mama loving me and telling all her friends to support me so I don't cry at night. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is when you leave, people miss you, right? Like sometimes you have to go away for people to appreciate what it is you bring to the table and what it is you value, and you increase your value at home, right?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely, Trev. I want to ask you the same, or just give you a feedback on the same question.
From my personal point of view, what I went through is, we could go back to using those lists. When I was number one on damn near every rap list that came out, I might have been the most popular rapper out here, but I was broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being number one as the most popular rapper and not really getting paid off of it. You know what I'm saying? In the city, like, who cares about that? You know, I think the last list I seen, I was probably like number 8, but I got the biggest bag I've ever had. So my priorities changed. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, I don't have to be number one on these rap lists because my bag is bigger than Denver. I can go to LA. I was just in LA, Oakland, Atlanta, New York in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bag is different. So it's like, I don't have to, you know, like, kind of compete in that area. And I'll compete lyrically because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But as far as, like, trying to win the people over and trying to be the most popular rapper and all of that, like, that's dead. That died with the ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have an ego when it comes to this anymore. It's like more of a confidence in, I know why I'm here and I'm just walking in my purpose at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's working out for me. So it's like, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, involved in like all of that, the arguments and talks and Trev is the best. No, he's the best. And, you know, like, y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really not where my mind is.
The goals is bigger.
Yeah, the goals is different now. Like, I'm trying to be on the most credits I can be on these songs. You know what I'm saying? When people look up who Trev Rich is, I don't want it to just be like top 20 Denver rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want them to see a credited songwriter for movies, for other artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my head is going. I'm entering movie scores at this point.
For sure. You already did it. You're doing it.
What you feel has been your the biggest lesson you've learned on your journey? And that's for both of y'all too. I mean, your musical journey, your activist journey.
I like that.
Thank you.
You go? No, I'll defer to you on this one, and then I'll come in.
The biggest thing that I've learned, not just with myself, but with a lot of people, is we stand in our own way. Like, in every aspect of my journey, when people were telling me I am this, I am that, I'm this, I'm that, I never felt like deep down that I was good enough. You know what I'm saying? For to have the popularity and to have this and to have that. And in turn, that creates an ego versus confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because now I have to turn this insecurity into a positive thing. You feel me? So it's like, and at the same token, it's still an insecurity, you know, rather than me like kind of narrowing it down and trying to figure out why I was insecure about not being good enough or this is, you know, because it's like you get to a point where it's like, I don't even shoot videos no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't shot videos in so long, and the videos I did shoot, it was like something simple, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I even doing all of this, you know, when I deep down inside didn't feel like I was good enough? And then I get into these rooms and it becomes pure confidence and no ego. Right. When I was at the Dreamville camps, I was carrying waters to niggas. They didn't know who Trev Rich was. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out here and it's like on some intern, songwriter, whatever you need me is, I'm that. You know, and that's what pushed me to be in these big rooms now. It pushed me to where I can go to the Dreamville studios and be like, I got a session booked up here now. You know what I'm saying? For me carrying waters to J. Cole type shit. So it's like, when you kill that fake confidence, that ego and all of that shit and just be like, okay, this is why I'm here. No matter what, I'm going to grind my ass off to get to the next level. That's when shit changes.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think I agree with that 100%. I think what I would add, kind of twofold, right? One is grace, right? Man, everybody's so damn angry, so mad, right? And everybody's offended. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just got to give people some grace. I think when you give people grace, when you're able to forgive people, or when you're able just to focus on what I like to tell people all the time, we're here to flex our purpose and not our power, right? So when you're flexing your purpose and living in your purpose, you start to see blessings happen, right? When you let things go that you really can't control, right? Like, ignorance is all unto itself. You don't have to engage with that. And when you start to do that, you start to see yourself transcend in a way, and things begin to open up. And I think the second thing that I would add to that is authorizing environment, right? Like, you have to know where you're at and who are the decision makers or how to move, right? When you understand how to move in the lanes that you're in, you get to navigate them in a way that creates opportunities for you. Right? You know what I mean? It's really cool to do some of the stuff that I do and sit in some of the rooms that I sit in, you know, based on where I come from, right? The mathematics say I shouldn't be there, but I'm there. Right. And so, and a lot of that is understanding the game. So
there's another thing too that I see a lot of young artists getting caught up in, and we in the social media age, so it's like the competing and the comparing. You know what I'm saying? Like you see what people show you. Like nobody would never know what I'm going through in my life unless I told them. You know what I'm saying? So what you see on my social media and you see these accolades that I'm posting and all of that, a lot of people will never see the downfall of it. So naturally, people who do the same thing I do start to compete with me, start to compare what they got to me. Like the most sad thing to me is when young artists hit me and they like, yeah, you know, I only got 20,000 views on this, but I'm trying to, like, nigga, 20,000 views is a great fucking start. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be grateful for where you at to get to where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Or you just going to keep chasing something that you're not going to catch. You're never going to attain it. When I first hit 20,000 views, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a big thing to me. And nowadays, these artists seeing all of these people who hit more views, so 20,000 views seems like something small to them. Like, you got to celebrate those wins to get the next win. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah. Enjoy the ride. The ride is damn near better than the accomplishment. Yeah. The ride is where it's at, because that's where all the work is. Where you want to go? I got a couple questions, but I'm going to let you go. Go ahead.
Well, I want to add, I mean, you know, you was talking about, you know, the ego thing and everything. How important as men is it, you know, do you feel it is to regulate your ego? You know what I'm saying?
Ego get people killed every day.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think you have to assassinate your ego. Like, you can't, we weren't designed to have an ego. That's something that's built, right? And once you begin to buy into that, give into that, man, it's like feeding the greed monster, feeding the evil monster, right? And it turns you into something that you don't want to be, and you start valuing things that don't matter. You wake up and you don't know yourself. You're not sleeping. You're not taking care of yourself, right? And it's because you believe in something that's, you know, that's fictional, right? Like, and so when you get rid of that ego, man, you can just move. You can create songs like Drained, right? Because you're not worried about what people think. You can just be vulnerable, right?
For sure.
And that's the kind of stuff that people are gonna relate to and need to hear, right? Like, that's the song that now goes into my gym mix, right? Because I feel that personally. Like, I connect to you, right? Like, we are both men going through whatever it is we're going through. So shout out to you on that. It actually reminds me of a little bit, I mean, different feel, but it reminds me of The Message. It's another song by you that I really dig, right? So yeah, man. But we have to assassinate our egos. Like, we got to care more about people than about a Rolex, you know?
That is the thing. When people realize, like, and this ain't even like getting on no like super high spiritual stuff that I've been on, but we literally put on this planet to love. That's it. We wasn't put on this planet to go buy Lamborghinis. We wasn't put on this planet to live in mansions. Like, we was put on this planet to love people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, once people start realizing that, all of those businesses ain't gonna mean as much to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how I see more people talking about, you know what I'm saying, Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all of this stuff than mental health in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's we're programmed. Everything on TV tells us how we should fix our shell. You know what I'm saying? Nothing tells us how we should fix what's going on the inside, because it don't matter. I haven't seen a Black mental health commercial.
Hold on. We're going to talk about that now. We're going to go straight to that. We're going to take a break real quick. We're going to come back and we're going to dig into this mental health. We're going to take a break. Digital Online Showcase. Shout out to the Gold Boys 303. Shout out Get Busy Living Studios. Dr. Ross, Trev Rich, KTONE, SQUIZZY Taylor. We're going to be right back.
Giddy. online showcase. We want to shout out our beautiful sponsors. Let's start with the AHRR Network for making all of this possible, allowing us a platform to express ourselves, allowing us to be ourselves, and spread this with y'all. Shout out to the Gold Boys. You see the time it is. Like, we gotta name.
You see the shirt?
Oh
yeah, we gotta name them.
We gotta name them. Yeah.
We be doing them bad somewhere.
Yeah, and
falling apart.
Yeah, he get on my nerves, but we gonna name him.
Yeah.
He look like a. It's a girl. I can't. We can't. Yeah. In today's society, I cannot do that with a woman. Shout out GBL Studios for rocking with us. If you need your song mixed and mastered, please go to GBL. Shout out my man Raj over there. He gonna get you right. You did.
So before we left, we brought up mental health, and I want to talk about mental health in the Black community, especially amongst males and men, because we weren't taught that. That's something we weren't really even taught when we was growing up, man.
No, right.
Let's talk about the importance of mental health, man, and keeping yourself together, Trev. Because I want to start with you, because you already know you went to a dark place.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been to plenty.
Let's talk about
plenty dark places, but I feel like it just gets to a point where SQUIZZY is vouch.
Yeah.
When our parents was like my parents had me when they were super young, so while they was trying to like build a life for me and my sisters, you know what I'm saying, like majority of the time when it came down to it, I was we were raising each other. Mm-hmm. As young men, you know what I'm saying? Like learning from stuff that's going on at school, outside of school. Like these are the people who I was with majority of my days. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So somebody your age, somebody your peer can only teach you what they know. You know what I'm saying? And they in the capacity of how they think. So as we get older, we really like raising each other into men. You know what I'm saying? And things that everybody thinks is wrong, you know what I'm saying, in that group, or things that everybody thinks is right, things that everybody thinks wrong is wrong, even if we're all wrong.
He told me that today.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's getting to the point as to where, I go to therapy, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like it's like one of the dopest things I could have ever like experienced, because it's like me learning the things that I learned growing up, and what I learned was right, and what I learned, you know what I'm saying, what was wrong that I learned, and me being able to learn how to rewire myself, you know what I'm saying, for a better mental, you know what I'm saying, and for my future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, but that's not like a popular thing.
Right.
When you tell people like you go to therapy, or you tell people you in counseling, they automatically think it's like because you crazy, but a lot of motherfuckers is crazy.
It's just not popular amongst
it's
our community.
It's not popular in our community.
Why is that?
Not. I don't know.
Dr. Roth, what do you think?
Well, first, the one thing that I want to share is calling somebody crazy is offensive, right? Because you don't know what they're experiencing, and you don't know what the environment that they're in is causing. The environment might be what's crazy, right? And the trauma is the outcome, right? And so in our community, especially as Black men, man, we carry so much trauma. And then as we're growing up, we're taught to knuckle up. We're taught to do everything except for give each other a hug, or tell you that, brother, I love you, or just, like, congratulations, right? Yeah. Like everything is this, it speaks to our warrior mode, and we have that, right? We are warriors, but we have to understand how to deal with the trauma and move forward, because so many of us, function in survival mode for so long, and man, that builds up. It builds up something, and we got to let it out. And so we have to make therapy, we have to make mental health just as cool as our Jordans, just as cool as going on a date, just as cool as having a drink if you like a nice libation or whatever it is. It's got to be just as cool, because it's even more helpful.
Yeah. So a lot of people.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, a lot of the excuses I hear in our community is they can't afford that.
Oh yeah, that's
so what do you do? What do you do if you can't afford that? What's some other option?
First of all, you can't afford it.
You can.
First of all, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So if you have a job, most jobs has some sort of employee assistance program where you get 4 to 6 sessions for free. If you don't have a job, most therapists have a sliding scale. There's therapists right now that somebody may pay them $150 an hour and somebody may pay them $10 an hour, right? Like, we've got to actually go.
Right, I think more than the money, and I'll say me myself, it's more scary to go to, I don't know if scary is the word, but to go to a therapist. Because you gotta face yourself.
That's the biggest.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we
yeah.
struggle with that more. Like, I'm a type of person that lives comfortably. I like the skin I'm in. I like what I'm doing. I know I ain't perfect, but it's like I'd rather be in here than having to go tell this person I don't know who might not even be black. You know what I'm saying? And open up and be honest with them when I ain't honest with the people that's around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we struggle with that just as much.
And so, and that's where we got to get out our own way. And the question that I would ask you is do you want to thrive or survive? Survive, bro. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to really thrive, if you want to take what you're doing to the ultimate level, what you're really manifesting, you got to go work that stuff out. And we got to get rid of, a lot of us carry this imposter syndrome, man, and it kills us. Yeah. We got that little voice telling us that we're not as good as, we don't belong in, or, this song ain't the one that's going to hit, or this speech people aren't going to resonate with, or I'm not going to be a good dad or a good husband, whatever, right? Yeah. You got this imposter syndrome giving you this negative message because most of us never learned what it was like to win.
Fact.
Right? Winning is scary. Yeah. Losing isn't because we've been there. If you've been in the gutter, hey, I like the gutter. I know what it looks like. I know what it's like. I've learned how to navigate it, right?
Comfortable down there.
But when you start seeing success and winning, it's unknown. And the unknown is scary. But man, that's where we want to be because it's what we deserve.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you really stand in your own way for your whole life. And then when you get to a point, you have to make an excuse for why you failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than actually trying to succeed and making the steps to go and say, okay, I know I'm kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But let's see why. Yeah. My biggest thing with my therapy is like, and the scale is like with my therapist alone, I don't have the insurance and all of that stuff. So I pay $100 a session, you know what I'm saying? But somebody with insurance is going to pay way cheaper than that, you know what I'm saying? But this is like the therapist that I actually wanted to go to, you know? So,
You got a black therapist.
Yeah,
too.
I do.
Shout out to that.
Man, and there's some therapists out there, man. I just shout out to Topaz McBride. Shout out to Jason Schenkel, right? Like, there are people out there who, if you want to work with them, they're going to work with you because they know the value of what it means, man, to get yourself taken care of.
Yeah, and I think what we need to do after the show, the AHRR Network, we're gonna figure this out. Let's get this lit. We're gonna get the list.
Yeah. Mine is Joy Ewing, Miss Joy.
We're gonna get a list. We're gonna put the list up and we're gonna share that.
I'm kind of like a therapist too. A lot of people.
Nah, bro. But like the biggest thing that I've learned, you know what I'm saying, so far on this journey, and it's a journey of actually healing, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't realize. As men, we don't look at it as we have to heal. We don't look at it as a recovery stage. We like, this is our bounce back. This is how we gotta bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, call it what it is. I mean, if you gotta heal, you gotta heal. But my biggest thing was me having to heal within myself. Right. And it had nothing to do with you, her, him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of these things that I wanted to blame for the reasons I thought the way I thought or I felt the way I felt all started with me. You know what I'm saying? I had to not only, you know what I'm saying? My biggest thing was I was feeling like therapy was going to help me forgive other people. And when I actually got into therapy, it was for me to help forgive myself.
Right.
I had to forgive myself for the shit that not only that I put up with, but for the shit that I put other people through. You know what I'm saying? And once I was able to heal and forgive myself, it was easy forgiving somebody else. That was easy as hell. You know what I'm saying? So like when I say get in there, if you want to grow, because you're always good, like whether you believe it or not, you're growing every day. But if you're growing this direction or that direction depends on, you know what I'm saying? It starts in here. Yeah. It starts in your mind, whether you're going to grow up or you're going to grow down.
So I think basically what you're saying is, even though life might not be fucked up for you, even though it's fucked up for a lot of people, you still should do some therapy.
You should.
Yeah, man.
You should. Yeah. Like you could never learn, you know what I'm saying, like yourself fully. Like you're always growing. That's what I'm saying. So just for you to get a chance to talk to somebody who's actually, like this is what they do, this is their career path. You know what I'm saying? Because we all each other's therapists, you know what I'm saying, on the whim when need be. But when it's time for like, nigga, I used to dread that shit. Being like, man, I don't want to get up and talk to this. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't wait till Tuesday. Like, for real. Like, because it's like, and it's another way for me to scale my growth. This is something we talked about that I was dealing with last month, and I'm not dealing with it no more. You know what I'm saying? This is something we talked about last week, and I took the steps that I needed to take to get to where I'm at now. Yeah. Like, Man, go to therapy.
That's dope.
Learn
That's
your
dope.
triggers,
I'm gonna try
man.
that. I'm gonna try it. Even
Sure,
though I
try
feel
it?
like I'm gonna try it. Even though I feel like I'm really a therapist. Like a lot of people come to me. You know what I mean? And I be
So,
like,
but you make a good point. So I just want to qualify that though, real quick, right? Because even though you're not a licensed therapist, and you shouldn't be dealing with tragic stuff, because you might tell somebody some bad stuff.
I give great advice.
Lord
I don't
Jesus.
follow my advice. I don't follow my great advice, but I give great advice.
And that's another reason you need therapy. Why are you not following your own advice as you give great advice?
But I just want to say
Easier
real quick,
said than done.
For men though, right? Like we've got these great relationships, but think about how surface level the relationships are. Yo, bro, how you doing? Are you good? Nah, man, I'm not doing good. Right? And when you can connect with your brothers like that and have those vulnerable moments, man, that's gonna get you through. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take your relationship from a surface level.
Deeper.
We're gonna go beneath the surface, and that's where relationships are born, right? Like that's when you begin to understand what makes the next person tick, so you can understand and help them grow or really be a part of what they have going on.
So let's talk about men and their emotions.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about men and their emotions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is a great transition to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my first question is, but I know I want to talk about it. So somebody speak on it.
Like we were talking about earlier. Like we're not
Look
raised.
at all their faces. They tuned in. My bad. Go ahead.
But this is the thing that's like where you say the scary part. This is the scary part for you because it's the unknown. You know what I'm saying? As we were raised, we're not raised, like you said, we were raised to be warriors. But at the end of the day, like when you raised to be a warrior, you know what I'm saying? Like you can either go into that point of, do you want to be a general? Do you want to be a captain? Or do you want to be a weapon? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're a warrior and you don't know how to control your emotions, you're a weapon. That's it. You could never be a captain. You know what I'm saying? So it gets to a point where it's saying, okay, I got to figure out how to live in my emotions rather than running from them. And let me tell you, it's probably the hardest shit that I've ever had to do because I actually feel everything. Whether that's happiness, whether that's being sad, you know what I'm saying, pain. I actually feel everything and it's way more enhanced because I'm actually living in my emotions and not running from them. But when I say the difference between me being a happy person and not knowing how to understand my emotions and being a happy person in my emotions is 1,000% different. Like it's way different because I actually understand how to handle it. But a lot of people don't. And the first thing that like we're not angry people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like as a people, we're not angry people. So this comes with emotions. Oh, you did something to me and I don't understand how to accept that you did something to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it comes to you got killings going on. You got you know what I'm saying, the shootings. You got people fighting. You got men who don't understand women. You know what I'm saying? And we look at like it comes down to when a man be like, I can't believe she did that to me, or I can't believe a woman is like, I can't believe he did that to me. But we expect women to put up with a certain thing because they understand how to handle their emotions. They lead with emotion first. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're gonna feel exactly the way they feel when they do it to us, but we don't know how to handle our emotions. So it turns into anger. It turns into running. I'm gonna leave. I'm a dick. You know what I'm saying? Rather than try to figure this shit out with this person I actually give a fuck about, I just don't know how to handle this shit because, you know what I'm saying, it was done to me. But when I did it to them, you're supposed to accept it and put up with it because you're an emotional person.
Yeah.
But once you realize that you're an emotional person too, there's gonna be certain shit that you don't do.
Right.
That was deep. Ooh, you gonna get some love for that. Boy, I wish I would have said that. Damn, why did I think of that? I'm lying. Dr. Joy, touch that? I need to go see it. Shout out Dr. Joy.
Dr. Joy, you got a new appointment coming. Wherever you at, Dr. Joy, you got a new appointment.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
Why don't I know that? Damn, I should have said that. Dr. Ross, speak on that, man.
Man, the thing that so it's like driving a car, right? A nice new car with the computer system, right? It tells you what's going on. You're gonna run out of gas, you got a flat tire, whatever. That's what your emotions are. Your emotions are indicators for where you're gonna go. And most of us, we ignore those things and we bury them, right? And so just like if you ignore everything, you don't go get an oil change, what happens? The engine blows up, right? Yeah. You don't check your emotions, understand them, honor them, live in them, work through them, you get that eruption, right? And that manifests in many different ways, right? It could be the shooting. It could be domestic violence. It could be self-harm, right? It could be sabotage on the job, or just not showing up your best, right? And not living and doing what it is that you're designed to do, right? Because, we were destined for greatness, not mediocrity, right? And if we don't engage and really deal with those feelings, that's the outcome, right? And I think it's important for us to, slow down and recognize and listen to that, especially hurt, disappointment, and anger, right? Because those three emotions, they lead to destruction in every aspect of your life. When you don't deal with them. So, and then the other thing I think, going on the relationship pieces is, we can't shut down and not talk, right? It's cool. I'm gonna be all right. I'm all good. Nah, I'm not. And I don't like it when you do this, right? This is what this makes me feel. It doesn't make you a punk to tell somebody how their actions make you feel, right? Like, that's the kind of thing that, whether it's a male or female or partner or whatever, again, that's where you build the village and build real relationships where you can really speak to that stuff so people know where you are and how to help you move accordingly.
Like, that being tough shit to be safe,
right,
is like so outdated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you not to protect yourself, but you're never going to experience the type of love that you want to experience, especially with a partner, until you can be vulnerable and you can actually walk in your feelings and have somebody who can be like, you good. Like, you good here. You know what I'm saying? Because our whole lives we've been like, man, I'm not about to put my all into that girl. I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
I'm not about to trust.
And why did we do that? Because we didn't want to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? But now it's getting to the point as I get older, I'm understanding that I got to live without limits. And I don't want to shake the show up. Those limits include like certain things. I'm not limited to religion. I'm not limited to, you know what I'm saying, like what we were taught growing up. Like, I have to figure this out. Like I said, I've been rewiring my mind, you know what I'm saying, to move forward past things that held me back in my past. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I got to see somebody and I got to see their walk of life. And, oh, you're not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? When we was younger, we like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't rock with them. Like, I got best friends who's Muslims and, like all different walks of life. So now it's getting to the point where you got to live in love without limits. Because you're not even going to know who you are until you do.
Yeah, true. Well, and if you don't, and the other thing is, if you don't embrace all of your emotions, you don't get to enjoy the good ones. Yes. If you don't deal with the anger,
look at y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to experience happiness, right? Like, if you shut down and you don't communicate, like, all that happens is everything ends, and you just end in a perpetual cycle of disappointment, and you don't know what's happening. And so, man, I think the key to the emotions is communication, man. We gotta speak on it, man. We gotta speak our truth.
I struggle with that.
I'm gonna use one more reference.
Come on, y'all talking that shit. I love it.
Somebody, when I was in therapy, you know what I'm saying, and kind of brought up relationships and prior relationships. Interesting question I got asked was, she was like, do you remember your last few relationships? And I'm like, yeah, I remember my last few relationships. And she was like, in your relationships, this is your movie, you know what I'm saying, that we're building right now. She was like, so can you take that movie that you had and it'd be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, how many exes you want to go back, and all you're doing is creating the same movie and changing your co-star. That's it. She was like, if you feel like that, then something in you needs to change in your storyline for you to get to the next person and it not be a repeat movie with a different co-star. You know what I'm saying?
You told me that today. God damn it.
Nobody likes a bad sequel.
Exactly. And you're just gonna keep going through it. It's like playing a level on a video game over and over and over and over and over again.
That's real. That's real. Ooh, y'all speaking good.
Did you change it up?
Yeah. Like everything that, you know what I'm saying, like that I'm learning, I'm I'm not just going to it to learn, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually putting it I'm applying it to my life. Definitely. And like I said, like this is probably the most at peace I've been. This is the happiest I've been. And you know what I'm saying? When I go through shit, I go through it now because I'm actually accepting and feeling all of those emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not running from it. Yeah. But to be like happy in the midst of all of this shit is like the most happy I've ever been. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And that's me actually completing myself first before looking for another partner. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a lot of things that I had to like work on with myself first.
So you're basically saying
you can't be afraid to fall in love with yourself.
Sure. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about things that's been going on in the city, man. It kind of ties in.
Let me give a round of applause for that conversation. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Before we and then we're gonna move on, but yeah, that was good. I wish I thought of this shit. Boy, if I could talk like y'all just talk to me, boy, I'd be a bad motherfucker. Niggas wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. So I just want to applaud. I was coming with that off the top. Nigga, that was nice.
Listen.
They was giving game.
I'm going to tell you right now, do not use your power for evil when you get here, okay?
True indeed, but imagine sitting in a little shop. Man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my hand.
Already.
I just, man, what you got to do is be one with your feelings, man. Like,
you just wrote 3 bad sequels.
Yes, you just right now.
What I'm saying. Bro, if I sit her down and like, yo, you just gotta be one with your feelings, like you just gotta bask in these emotions.
Nah, man, you gotta sit down with yourself.
I have her going crazy. Okay, come on, let's move forward. Shout out that conversation. Let's go. Come on, I'm sorry. That was off the top though. Come on.
So,
boy,
want to get a little bit serious real quick, man.
Yeah.
You know, just with the influx of the youth homicides and stuff around the Denver and surrounding communities, man. Like, what do you feel is the reason, and what do we do, man, to kind of subside the violence in the streets? You know what I'm saying?
This is a tough question because there's no right answer, right? But it's like we can't try to teach the youth how our grandparents taught us. It don't work like that no more. There's certain things that my grandparents instilled in me that I can't teach my son because it's a different time. You know what I'm saying? So when we running around and we trying to tell these young dudes, don't do this and don't do that and don't do this and don't do that, when there's these kids who's really dying for their block, for their street, where they grew up at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you tell a kid not to do that? And especially somebody who's not coming from, you know what I'm saying, being like deep in that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it gets to a point where it's like, I try to tell the young dudes who I know, you know what I'm saying, who's the fighters, who been in it, and who been doing it. It's like they don't have no guidance, bro. Mm-hmm. Like there's none. And it's like not even saying that it's us, but the shit that they listen to, shoot 'em up, bang bang shit. Mm-hmm. That's what's popular. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was growing up, I at least have varieties of different music I could listen to. But it's like now all of these young niggas, the young hot rappers, the young, you know what I'm saying, even the women,
games,
everything is like shoot 'em up, bang bang, and it's like nobody wants to feel. It's ego. The world is ran by ego right now. Mm-hmm. Especially we seeing it in the as they get younger and younger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have like super issues like this when we was growing up. Like niggas was fighting. Right. We had to bash, niggas was fighting, but it's like you didn't see a bunch of like. We didn't have a bunch of RIP posts. Right. Or maybe I was just so disconnected from that world that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't see it all. But we didn't have a bunch. Like, when we could name somebody who passed away in high school, that was a big thing to us. Right. Yeah. And it hit the city and it shook the city up. You know what I'm saying? But that was like 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Not 12.
Every week, yeah.
Not every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to a point where, bro, I'm telling you, the saddest shit ever was I was on the road for 30 days. And I swear it felt like every day that I woke up and wanted to check back in on what was going back home, it was another RIP post.
Definitely. That was...
That's real.
I mean, that was real. With us, too. I'm like, I was waking up like, I literally woke up like, man, who died last night? I know somebody died. Yeah. And that's like sad. Yeah, like, bro. That's sad to even first thought when you wake up.
I don't know the correct term for it, but I think we have became a society that we don't deal with death the same that we used to because it happens so much.
Well,
we don't even mourn the same. Yeah, we desensitized.
Yep.
Like I knew fucking 6 people that died last month or this month or their parents because the kids died. And I done known somebody that died, and it's like, damn, that's fucked up. And then I just get back to life, like fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't like. I don't know. That's crazy.
What do you feel we should do? What do you?
I think there's a couple things that we gotta like really think about. Like, so one, I mean, like right now it really makes me go back to KTONE 93, 94, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? We were running around during that time, and so we kind of had that experience where that summer 2030, you know, cats we knew were killed, and it goes back to survival mode, right? Like cats are dying for their block or whatever, but it's because there's nothing on the block for them, right? There's no jobs, right? There's no opportunity. There's no mentorship. There's no engagement, right? So you got that happening. Then you got the rules are different, right? The OGs are like 15, right? Like. You know, so talking about like even your emotions when the person who you gonna make a decision with is 6 days older than you, you know what I mean? Exactly. There's no wisdom, there's no guidance there, and then we're not, when I say we, I mean adults, right? We're not engaging with the kids in a way to understand what's really going on, man. Social media is dangerous. I mean. Like, think about the guns that they're getting access to. They're not getting a 22 or a 9. They're getting semi-automatic rifles, AK.
I don't know
you know what I'm saying?
Last time I seen it, with a deuce and a deuce 5.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, so there's so many things that have to happen. I mean, like, I think from a city perspective, man, that somebody needs to figure out where these guns are coming from, and they need to shut that down. Right, and it's not coming from the black community. Right,
you could get them from anywhere though. That's the craziest part.
So
you can really get a gun anywhere.
So we gotta do that, man, and then we gotta put resources for real into our youth, man. Like look, man, nobody's gonna be worried about shooting somebody if they making $16 an hour, right? And they're not, and they get to eat and buy some shoes and take care of their family, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because survival mode makes you do some crazy stuff. Absolutely. And then going back to the mental health piece, right? If you're not healthy, you're gonna make bad choices, right? And if you're in this cycle that we talked about, the reaction, which could be grace, might be violence, right? And so we got to do. And then there's tons of people who are doing work trying to help the youth. Man, we have to support them. Yeah, we got to help their mental health, and we got to, I mean, we all pay taxes. Our tax dollars should be going to some of these programs to bolster this stuff for kids. And we talk about defunding the police. Some of those dollars used for tactical enforcement needs to be reappropriated to neighborhoods.
So speaking on that, I mean, what's your take on defunding the police? Because, I mean, it's been plenty of discussions about it, and I think there's kind of like, okay, yeah, defund the police, but okay, really defund the police, ain't no police out here, what's really gonna happen?
Well, so I think, first of all, people need to understand and use the right terminology and understand what it means. So defund the police doesn't mean eliminate the police, so they don't exist. Right. What it really means is reappropriate dollars. Okay. Right? And when you think about the amount of dollars that goes into, police, and I would argue that they're reactive. Like a crime happens, you call, they show up, they may or may not investigate the case. Right. Now there are emergencies and other things that happen, but so even the way they show up. So instead of, maybe a police officer, a social worker, that kind of thing might need to happen. And then if they're not spending money on, whatever they're spending money on, because I think there's a surplus, that can go to rec center. So Hiawatha Davis can be open 24 hours a day. And there can be a studio in there. So when somebody's got to get something off their chest, they can go write and they can put it down. Or they can go get a tutor, or they can go, play basketball, or they could go learn a trade or whatever. Like, we've got to put resources into stuff that matters, not into law enforcement. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but like, think about the term. If I say law enforcement, or if I say to serve and protect, two very different things. Absolutely. Right? Yeah. So if an officer shows up to serve and protect, very different than showing up to enforce the law. Right. Like, enforcing is an action, right? And so that man, we can definitely reappropriate some of those dollars and take dollars from other places. And we got to stop asking people, you know, to do stuff for free or expecting people because you made it, you know, people trying to count your wallet. Now all of a sudden you should pay for it because you made it. Nah, man, there's other stuff out there, right? Now we can all help, but like that has to be a statewide, citywide, supported funding mechanism, man. Like, and, you know, but. And we just gotta, and we gotta love our kids, man. We gotta engage them.
These kids are terrified, whether they believe it or not, or whether we believe it or not. They're terrified. Like the big thing, the most popular thing is to be the big guys. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the ones who everybody fears, who everybody's afraid of. So nobody gonna touch me. Nobody gonna mess with me. Nobody gonna fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now think about like. When I was 16, we was going to parties. People was fighting. A couple parties, they was shooting. But, you know, it wasn't like it is today. You know, a 16-year-old now is majority of the time, if they got a weapon, it's for protection. Yeah. They got to feel like they got to be protected from police. They got to be protected from the nigga down the street. They got to be protected from somebody who might not be getting it like they getting it. So they got to protect what they making. So this person down the street don't take it, or the police don't come. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to be protected from so much different things. You know what I'm saying? As to where we was going down, and we was having a blast, bro. Like we was having fun at a lot of these things that we was doing. I'm talking about it was packed the whole city at these functions that we was at. Yeah. Sometimes it got lit. But I'm talking about these kids is out there shooting, 100 rounds? Right. 200 rounds?
Banana clips, walking through the east side with a strap. And not a strap as in gun, a strap like a... Yeah. Military. The military strap. You know, I mean, an AR-15. I mean, you know, and so we got to show up for our kids, man. We have to.
They don't feel protected.
They don't.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
They don't feel protected.
And that's where we have to step in, man.
So we got to protect ourselves.
Uh-huh.
But we don't have, like, there's not a, how can I say this? How we look at like the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a voice.
Yep.
That somebody who speaks to them and kind of guides them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've never had that in the church. We've never had that in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? And that's where majority of these kids is growing up in Christian households. Mm-hmm. But it's like they don't have a voice to talk to them. There's not a black voice. There's not a black Christian voice to talk to these kids the way a Muslim family would sit their kids down and be like, y'all better listen to Farrakhan. Mm-hmm. Y'all better listen to what he got to say. So you know what I'm saying? And it's not that you even have to agree with everything he says, but there's a voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? These kids, Farrakhan is NBA YoungBoy. Think about it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's who it is. It's like the most popping rapper who's everybody's scared of. They talking about the ops and blah blah. Like that's what they listen to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I done came in the house and seen my 12-year-old and I'm like, what you listening to? He's like, oh no, nothing, Dad. I'm like, no, what you listening to? You know what I'm saying? I want to know. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh man, I just heard NBA YoungBoy just dropped the. How you hear he just dropped it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bruh. And it's like my biggest challenge is me making a career, making a life to provide for them, and me not letting the internet raise my children.
Right.
Yeah. I can't. Because the internet is raising a lot of kids who are not, they don't get second chances, bro. Before it was like, you know, I mean, the cops have been bad, but before it was like, even your kid might get a second chance. Kids ain't getting second chances these days, bro. Facts. They not. So, of course, they going to be out here on some shoot first, ask questions later. I'm not going to get a chance to tell my side of the story if I let these niggas get the up on me.
Well, yeah. And then you know, just we're not talking to the kids, man. Like, we are not talking to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, sometimes I go places and I just watch. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch kids walk by and watch adults just walk past them. Be afraid of them, not engage them. Yeah. Nah, man, like, I'm pulling up on kids. Like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Right. You know what I mean? Like, and some of them don't care what I have to say in the moment. Right. But when I see them again, they be like, oh, Doc Rock, yo, you know, because I've got a question for them. Like, yo, what you gonna be when you grow up? Right. Yo, or sometimes just I'll come Hey man, you look like an engineer. I do.
What's that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like giving seeds. You know what I mean? Like we have to engage them because there's so much other stuff out there. And you know, to Trev's point, somebody, you know, I'm strapping up because you know I don't feel safe. But man, if we can divert that, like, all right, you don't feel safe, that's cool. But let me show you how to do video design, right? Like, you know what I mean? Because just think about it. When you were DJing in the basement, getting your stuff together, where were you not at?
In the street.
In the street, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
And if you wasn't doing that, where could you have been? When I think about my crew, when we weren't taking that 2-hour bus ride to Mullen to play football, say what you will about the school or whatever,
right?
And that 2-hour bus ride home, I wasn't on the east side. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when I got home, it was 10 o'clock. Right? Like we have to engage our kids and give them something to do. Because that little engagement might shift.
Even bigger piece of that is we can't let these kids be lazy. A lot of it comes from these kids don't want to work for things. They want to take things. You know what I'm saying? Why would I go work if I could go take his? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mindset that a lot of them have because work is like a foreign language to these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to work for it. Like, there was studio sessions where we sitting there and we trying to put money together and, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have it. But we wasn't going to let that be the reason that we didn't make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we wasn't even the type of niggas to go take it from somebody.
Yeah.
That wasn't us. We like, bro, however we got to make this money, we got to make this bread so we can go to the studio so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Because that was always the goal. And I feel like their goal is to get out of here too, but they feel like, nigga, we're going to have to shoot our way out this motherfucker.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, it ultimately comes with, you know, leadership. Like you said, man, we got to start. Don't be afraid. And that's what me and my partner Ben and Jim talking about. Like, man, we just speak to somebody today. We just gonna smile at somebody. It really might change somebody's life or somebody's perception. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about that the other day. I don't even see kids in my life. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious, and I really thought about it when he said it. Like, I can't remember the last teenager I've even seen. Just based off where I live, I'm downtown. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't be down there, and it's like I'm doing a disservice to who I am to not go back into these communities and at least, you know what I'm saying, do our part with that. Cause I don't know none of these kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't never see them. I hear about it, but
yeah. But you have a lane though, right? You don't see them, but they see you, right?
Absolutely.
And so and the way we show up and roll up. So going back to social media, like, how you gonna tell kids not to argue on social media and beef on social media when they get on social media and they see grown-ups fighting?
Yeah.
And they see people who supposed to be leaders, right? We coming for each other, right? Like, what are we role modeling? You know what I mean? And then, you know,
because even these adults is big ass kids.
Well, that part.
I'm being honest, bro. Like, it comes to a point in time where you have to be the adult.
Yeah.
Like, I realized another thing I realized is I was a kid with a kid. You know what I'm saying? So me being a kid with a kid, that made me grow a lot faster and try to at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to get to a point where I can't embarrass my kids online. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids is getting to that point where they're getting older and they want social media and they getting good grades and all of that stuff. So my thing is, if I get to a point where my kid is like, Dad, I did everything you asked me to do, you know what I'm saying? It's still going to be like, this is tough for me to want my kids to be a part of this shit. And it's not just because kids, it's because adults too.
Right. Yeah, man, we gotta role model what's right, man. And I you know, go ahead. Oh, and I was just gonna say, you know what I'm saying, when you think about what kids learn first, they learn from the environment that they're in, right? Yeah. And that environment is their home, their neighborhood, right? And it's the adults around them.
Yeah.
So they're getting it from somewhere. They're not just, you know what I'm saying, kids don't wake up inherently to be some sort of way. It's learned.
Yeah.
I got a perfect example.
It's learned.
I got a perfect example. And I'm going to go to an example that has nothing to do with shooting and killing or nothing like that. I had a long talk with my dad the other day.
Your dad's on here. I was going to read a comment he said.
What did he say? What did he say?
You want me to read the comment?
Yeah.
Do your thing first.
No. Tell us the story.
I had a talk. And I told my dad, I said, you know, even being around like other people my age, like I was having a talk with G. And G was like, my dad kind of fucked me up in the head when I was younger because he used to always be like, where the hoes at? You ain't got no hoes, blah, blah. And as, you know, as a father, you feel like this is like some fun, playful shit that you're doing with your kid. But as your kid, you turn into a 31-year-old adult and you like, nigga, I've had hoes my whole life because my dad said, nigga, where the hoes at? You ain't got no bitches.
Facts.
Whether you realize the impact that it had on you or not, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was the playful thing. I know my dad didn't mean it to make me go and spend 15 years of my life chasing bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, in turn, that I see, I want to be somebody who's in a committed relationship. I want to be somebody who ends up getting married. I want to have that family life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let my dad tell my son where the hoes at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's something as simple as that. As simple as that. And you could translate that into the gangster shit. You could translate that into anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're growing up, your parents are these superheroes in your eyes, and you don't even realize till you become a parent that my kid looks at me like a superhero and I'm a regular ass person.
Yeah.
And what you say matters and what you celebrate matters, man. Like the small stuff, man, give a kid a high five, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you tied your shoe, I'm gonna celebrate that. You know what I mean? Like you got a good grade on your report card, or maybe it was a bad grade, but it was the best that you could do. We're gonna celebrate that and then create a plan, right? Like,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? It's positive engagement, positive thinking. That we've got to also start from an adult perspective, pouring into these kids instead of you a hoodlum, you sagging. Who cares if they sagging? I don't care about them sagging. Like if that's where you want to wear your pants, cool. I want to know what you're wearing in your head. Like that's what I'm gonna focus on. You know what I mean? Like, and we have the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need to be waiting for the next leader. We just need to lead our households. We need to, you know, Brother Jeff says it all the time. I love it when he says it. You know, he'll just tap in and be like, "Where are your kids at?" It's amazing to me how many people don't know where their kids are. It's crazy. Like, how do you not know where your 14-year-old son is?
With the technology that we have.
I like how he's pushing that though.
Yeah.
And I like how he's putting that in our heads as parents and as adults. You know, where's your kid at? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real shit though.
Where is your kid
It's
at?
real though. It's real. That's real. All right, so a lot of people are commending y'all, saying y'all are definitely speaking the truth. I'm tuned in. It's a late night counseling session. Shout out to Chris. He said a lot of our young kids acting crazy can't read or write. Education is key. Education can give them a different dream. Bob said you don't see kids because they live in their life in social media worlds. Your pops, Trev, shout out Trev. He said most other parents are afraid of their kids.
True.
Shout out to
that's true too.
This long. Okay, this is
That's because they waited too long to engage them.
Yeah. Brittany Elaine, shout out to her. She said putting a lot of focus on what they're doing wrong instead of trying to focus more on what some of them are doing right, so that more of the youth will want to do better. A lot of focus is on the bad/cool young men and women, so that's what a lot of them want to follow. What's cool?
Celebrate.
It starts at home.
Shout out Brittany. But that also comes back to us too. Like when we have something like KTONE, you doing something for the kids and you doing a charity or something like that, I will get on and I will see KTONE have 6 shares. 7 shares, 8 shares. But when it's time to go up and we in a Zoom party and blah blah, you got 100 shares. Like no, you're not celebrating what's positive. That's why it's not cool.
Or even just supporting stuff like your book scholarship.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, sometimes you don't have to create it. Like, I'm never gonna do a book scholarship because you got one. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you some bread for your book scholarship, and it doesn't matter. However I'm doing, I'm gonna give you something. You know what I mean? It gotta be 5,000 or 5, right? But we gotta support each other.
That's another thing too. We are very in a I can do it better society. Like nigga, just support the nigga who's doing it.
Somebody. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say just to tag on to that is crazy because, like you said, man, I do the book scholarship, and I just speaking on the book scholarship because it's a good example. Do the book scholarship. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times shared it, posted it. We don't really get no retweets on that. I physically called hey man, tell your nephew, tell your son, just apply. Do you know how many apply for free money? We don't really get that many apps.
Why
Not
though?
physically call people. Man, make sure your nephew apply. Make sure your son, make sure your people apply.
If you say
It's
make sure your kid apply, I'll let you in the club for free.
It's
That
crazy.
bitch would be lit.
But I will say
free bottle service.
But I will say,
That bitch would be crazy.
I will say this year is the year we had the most applicants. You know what I did? Gave them all money.
That's dope.
Every applicant.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is like, what I hate about it is when you do something like that and that's dope and you put it out there, oh, then comes did he really do it for the right reason? Why would he post it? And but like everybody has to try to find something negative about everything that's going on. This is why, like, I say what I say on social media and I get the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. I'm not gonna let what other people, because it's a negative realm, bro.
Facts.
It's a very negative place to live.
Yeah.
And that explains why if our kids really ain't outside, if our kids ain't doing nothing, and this is the place that they live, they're growing up in negativity. That's just what it is.
Right.
So we're gonna close soon, but I want to ask y'all a question because all y'all got kids. With COVID, what is y'all's thoughts on kids going back? Should I change the subject already? Fuck it, I did it. With your kids going back to school right now, because we had a brief conversation about this last week. And okay, you want to protect your kid, you don't want them in that situation, and then they talked about your kid learning how to be social and around other people and actually outside and doing things. What are y'all thoughts as far as all y'all got kids and shit, and like with COVID and going back to school? How y'all, what y'all leaning?
Our kids should not be in a school building right now, period.
Okay.
Like, you can't roll, it's irresponsible. I'll just leave it at that. It's irresponsible to send kids back into a school building right now. Not only can our, first and foremost is our kids, right? But the other piece is the teachers.
True.
Right? And you got to think about from just a pure business model, right? So if you've got, let's say, a paraprofessional, right? So they're going to touch 2 or 3 classes.
Yeah.
So if they go to 2 or 3 classes in one day and then they find out that they've got COVID, that is now 60 kids who've got to quarantine, could be exposed. Now they got to do testing. Now no education is happening, right? And so we just need to sit down for the 6 months that it takes. And we know that it works because every other country in the world is good right now. And then the United States is pushing 5 million. I think that's what I seen this morning. I may have posted it on Facebook. 5 million cases and like 160,000 deaths because we just won't sit down.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right? Or contain to small groups. All we got to do is do that, and just chill. And in terms of the social stuff, look, talk to your kids. That'll make them social.
Yeah,
right?
Take them outside.
Take them outside. Have conversations with them. Let them talk to their cousins.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And keep keep it close so you can still be safe.
Yeah.
But people are more concerned about school raising their kids so they can go do what they want to do or go to work. And I get it because I got to go to work too. Yeah. But I tell you what, my son and my daughter's lives is way more important than my paycheck. I'd rather be homeless than lose my children to the messed up version of the flu.
True.
I seen something, I posted it too. It said something like, your kid gonna like that kid mask. And they gonna swap masks and the school gonna be shut down tomorrow. Yeah. Like, it's that simple. Like, you gotta still let kids be kids.
Definitely. I don't see my kids wearing a mask, bro, for 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Yeah, the teacher.
My kids ain't
put your mask on. Put your mask on.
My kids ain't wearing the mask for an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
When we out.
Or just think about this. The kids. Hey, you got a cool mask. Let me put your mask on.
Yeah.
Now we trade masks. The teachers talk about masks. You know what I mean? Now you mean tell me my kid's gonna get suspended from school because he didn't have his mask on? Oh, like all of that takes away from education.
Right.
So right now we just need to focus, online and get it done.
I think this is the thing, though. This is the time to not only grasp what our kids is actually learning at school from homeschooling, but slide in the shit that we should be educating our kids anyway.
That part. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. This is the absolute total time to look at reevaluation of the curriculum and demanding what should be in it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a perfect time, but we got to engage. Like, I talk to parents all the time, and I say, "Hey, have you been to the curriculum instruction meeting at your school? What's that?
Yeah.
Have you been to a PTA meeting? Nah. Yeah. Like these are the authorizing environments that make the decision for our kids. You gotta go,
right.
or send an email if you gotta work. You know what I mean? But you gotta engage in these conversations.
Facts.
Period.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
You're not good. Like, there's so much shit that I learned in school, bro. That it wasn't for us.
It wasn't for us.
Whether we believe it or not, this curriculum that we see is not built for us.
Right. My homie, I'm gonna just say this super quick. My homie was talking about back in school, we had a whole ass play, a Christopher Columbus play, and we all had some of us was the Indians, some of us was the Europeans, and we had it was like a happy ass play. You know what I'm saying? And we ate. And my nigga brought this up. Cook brought this up.
Smallpox or
Cook brought this up the other day. He was like, bro, when we had to like dress up and do a play, and like when you really grown and think about how fucked up that actual situation was, and how we did a whole play when we was kids and thinking it was lit. You know what I'm saying? The Indians and whatever we eating, and it was fun. And every kid did that play. You know what I'm saying? Or our age, we all did that. You know what I'm saying? But think about now that we grown, it's like, nigga, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
That shit was
Think about how
up.
sick and twisted that curriculum is,
bro. Now that's what I'm saying. That's what the conversation went from there. Like, think about all the other shit that was probably in the books that we learned. We just don't remember because we grown now, but we probably learned all type of false shit. You know what I'm saying?
To my point earlier, people aren't crazy. Their environments are like,
absolutely, yeah. And we knew no better. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell me nothing about none of these people that I'm just now finding out was fucked up.
Definitely.
All these presidents that had slaves, we didn't know none of that. You know what I'm saying?
They talking about the best inventors and this person created this. Then you get older and be like, nigga, I see a list of black people that make shit I use every day.
Every day.
So we praising this one person who created this item.
They gave us one. They gave us, okay, we're gonna learn about Martin Luther King for a week.
Bro.
That was it, nigga.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
This is the best. This is when I realized that the curriculum ain't built for us. You know what I'm saying? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I literally had history, and then I had to go to college and learn black history.
Right. Yeah, facts. And I went to a black college. I learned shit I never even thought of. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like, damn. And everybody else knew it, though.
Look at the word. His story. Like, it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I mean, like, even our documents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Constitution. You know what I'm saying? The second article of that mug talks about us not even being human. Like, it is not a perfect document if it's had to be amended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, just, you know what I mean? And that, again, a whole other conversation, but
that's a whole nother,
but this is why we have to engage.
Yeah.
You know, these are the roots to the violence and everything else we talk about.
And it needs to be updated. That's something, shout out Kevin Kane speaks on all the time. Our gun rules came from a time where it took 25, he always says it took 25 seconds to shoot a single bullet. You know what I'm saying? Now you can shoot 300s in 25 seconds. But it's like our rules haven't changed, but our machinery has. You know what I'm saying? Life has changed, but we're following rules from a different time. Everybody can have a gun if it takes you 25 seconds to shoot one time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can outrun a musket.
Yeah, you can get away. It's not as dangerous, but a nigga can shoot
hit you, nigga,
300 times.
Musket, he a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, you talk about that all the time. Like, life is changing, but our rules ain't. You know what I'm saying? We still following rules, but we're not human beings. You know what I'm saying? And it's a different time. And he speaks on that all the time. Shout out Kevin Kane. But before we go, what was we gonna close with? We had a little bit more, but you got anything? Come on, help me.
Well, I just want to say, just to that point that you just made about the rules and stuff, is we also have to remember that the rules, the processes, the legislation, all of that stuff was racist, right? Now we're to a place where it's race neutral, but it hasn't corrected all of the wrongs. We have to have anti-racist everything.
Yeah.
We've got to go back and redo everything because it's all wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even back to 40 acres and a mule and getting the Freedmen's Bank, which wasn't a true bank because they couldn't give loans, right? We have to know our history.
Yeah.
We have to.
True. And I think, I'm not a kid, so I'm like speaking on parents and kids type stuff, but I think this is a time where the parents can also learn shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got to teach your kid now. You feel what I'm saying? You can't rely on somebody else, so you got to know how to do some math, and you got to know a little bit of history, and as well as your kid learning, you learn it as well. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm 31. My goal is, half the time at 31, 15, 16, my kid understands his mind, peace, all of that by 16. If it could take him half of the time it took me to get to where I'm at, for my kid to understand really how his mind works. You know what I'm saying? The value of who he is, like for real. You know what I'm saying? How special he is. Now that I just figured out now, like my job is complete.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's time for like us as parents, we are the biggest teachers.
Yeah. Fact.
Like we literally letting somebody go, we let our kids go to school and this person like really arrange our children's mind.
Right.
Into whatever the fuck they want to teach them.
Yeah.
When we're not even there.
And half the time it's not a black person doing it.
Well, and you know, with mine, you know, they man, I know they be like, oh, here goes Gavin Ross again. Because Gavin's gonna be like, so this Columbus thing, are you gonna lie to everybody today, or are we gonna actually tell the whole truth, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have to teach, and that's just a part of teaching them to think critically and a challenge thing. You just can't accept what everybody tells you. Like you got to be able to think about this stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Nah, I'm feeling. Shout out to y'all, man. I wanna give y'all's flowers. One, because y'all have been doing great things in the community, in the world, in the every fucking world for plenty of years. This isn't nothing new to neither one of y'all. So we want to take our time to give y'all's flowers and tell you that we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all having
you know what
us
I'm saying? Y'all are OGs. Y'all are legendary. I can't believe we got both of y'all on this show together. Which is crazy. When we talked about it, we was like, shit, we gonna try it. We gonna see if they, you know what I'm saying, if it can happen. So I just want to give y'all both our flowers. You know, I've messed with both of y'all on a personal level. But appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I got one more question. Get some shit, man. I'm gonna get my last question. Go ahead.
Nah.
Say something. Say something, nigga.
I ain't gotta say nothing else, man. I mean, you said it all. We appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Bringing your knowledge to the show for sure.
Yes, I should have said that.
A lot of people's engaged, man. They love the show, and I think, you know, this is. I hope people, you know, go back and just and watch it, man, and share this, man. You want to share share this, because there was a lot of knowledge, man, a lot of jewels in this, and you know,
y'all are both two of the smartest people I know, and y'all have a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that y'all continue to spread this game and use I'm happy y'all help fuck with our platform, but use every platform y'all can to give game away. Y'all taught me shit tonight that I'm gonna try to use in a positive way. y'all really got some game. And the fact that y'all just spitting that off the top lets you know, like, if y'all really thought about it, it's gonna be 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? So flowers to y'all, we appreciate you. My last question for the evening is, if KTONE doesn't have nothing he wants to add, is who wore the best shoes to DOS on this Sunday night?
We do this every week.
See what I got on? I got the
I think we be doing stuff on purpose, man.
Off whites.
Those are.
Off whites. That makes them even better. You have no idea what those are. Who wore the best shoes to
y'all
DOS?
Y'all in this too now. Y'all in this competition.
Y'all are in this. So it's not just us. It's not just us.
I don't think these is cool.
Okay.
So
no, I'm joking.
You can't go wrong with a classic, baby.
I got my
can't go wrong with
the
a
low
classic.
top 11s. We got some clean white Pumas. The mid ones.
For my nigga Nip.
Come on.
And we got some baby blue and lime green off white. You don't own these.
You don't own
Y'all don't have these.
You don't own these. Hey.
I think I won. I'm going for my third championship. If you are still in the comments, who has the dopest shoe?
But what makes you?
I just want to know whose shoes are appropriate to walk around on carpet.
My shoes are the most comfortable and most
destroying
expensive.
carpet.
No, look at
comfortable and most expensive.
Definitely destroying the carpet.
You are destroying.
These are soft.
I want to put those on the golf course. Is where I want to put those.
I know we ain't fucking with Virgil right now, but you know. And like that,
how much were those?
I ain't gonna tell you.
You just said that. No, you can't brag about them being the most expensive.
Okay, I think I paid $125. But if you look them up right now, that's retail because I'm who I am. But if you look them up right now, these is $405. $400, $500 kicks. Okay. And I think I have the best shoes on DOS for the 3rd week in a row. And we want to thank you for watching. We appreciate you.
I see my dad commenting, hey, Pop, I wasn't singling you out, man. There's a lot of niggas who want their kids to have hoes. He wasn't just you.
We appreciate everybody watching. Shout out Chris. Dope show tonight. We appreciate you, Trev. The whole Supreme Styles. Go get your hair cut. Shout out to the Gold Boys, man. Go get you something to wear. Shout out to GBL. If you need to record, please go rock with GBL. Shout out our network for making this possible and giving us a platform. Please support our network and everything that you do. Shout out to, I see Colorasi on here. Shout out Colorasi. Shout out Arion. Look, he brought some weed. Yeah, look at you can't even see those. I'm gonna hold him up. You see which one?
Cut it out.
Him is hard though.
Cut it out.
He spray painted these.
I need to be hitting them every week with their ass. I'll be in their saucer every week.
Put a little a Jordan 5 up here. You can see what look best.
Cut it out.
No, I know we on Facebook. And
I'm telling them, our audience, killing their ass.
Our audience is a little. Look, see,
y'all playing too much.
See, he almost got my shoe wet.
It's all good.
Oh, you know, that's what I said. I like
this big ass.
Where you at, Ross? You over here with some classics.
I put them up there already.
Oh, yeah, put them up there.
I put them
You should have left them up there. Those is killing them.
You know,
this size 18 Jordan 5. This big motherfucker out of here.
It's a 13.
That motherfucker huge. We love y'all. We out,
We out of here. DOS next week.
Greetings, everybody. Dr. Ryan Ross with the Urban Leadership Foundation here, and I am here with a tremendous announcement. September 22nd, save the date. Tuesday, September 22nd, the annual Leadership and Legacy Walking Your Achievement Gala is happening. If you've been there in the past, you know that this is one of the best events in the city, and now it's going to be even better, even though we're going to be virtual due to COVID. It is going to be a virtual event, but it's going to be a party. Matter of fact, we're having pop-up parties. So you'll be able to host a party right in your living room. Ding, ding, the doorbell's going to ring. You're going to get a special delivery from ULF, and you are going to use those things to toast, to cheer, to celebrate, and have an amazing evening. If you've ever seen the Grammys, if you've ever seen the BET Awards, if you've ever seen the Image Awards, you want to tune in for these awards. We've got amazing community people who we're going to be honoring. We're going to give them their roses now. We've got live performances. We've got some celebrity appearances. And most importantly, we're going to have you. You make this event really important. Last year, your support at the gala has allowed us to do a lot of things in the community, including recently putting about $80,000 back into the community. That's small business owners in Montbello. That's individuals who may have needed some help with a electric bill or just some food during COVID. It's allowed us to do equity trainings. It's allowed us to really bolster the Black voice in our community. And that's what we want to continue to do this year. So go to our website, www.ulfcolorado.org, click on events, and you're going to get the full download. Don't miss this one. I'm telling you, it's going to go down.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you.